Today, I'm going to share with you how to craft freedom with vibrational frequencies. Yes, absolutely, my friends. What's going on, everybody? This is Picco with IroncladConfidence.com. Coming to you guys today, my friends. Another amazing video. Yeah, buddy, baby. I hope you guys are rocking that world, dude, and always transforming that psychology, baby. Yeah, buddy, baby. Why? Because that's what we do on this channel, dude. So check it out, baby. If you guys are new here to the YouTube channel, you guys, on this channel, we talk about all things personal development. We talk about all things mindset. We talk about all things personal transformation, dude. Yeah, buddy. And so, if you want to learn about powerful universal laws of attraction, if you want to learn about quantum physics, which is science, and it's actually what's going on behind the scenes of our psychology in the invisible world that's giving us the reality that we're experiencing from day to day. And most people, 98% of people on the face of the earth, they have no clue that this is how reality works. Yeah, buddy, dude. And so we talk about some pretty deep insights. I share with you a lot of information on frequencies, vibrations, and energy fields. And so if you want to learn about this stuff and how it all connects to your psychology, then stick around, baby, because today I'm going to share with you how to craft freedom with vibrational frequencies. You want to learn how to craft freedom using invisible vibrational frequencies to create whatever you want to experience in life? It sounds crazy, right? What are you talking about, Luke? Craft freedom. You want to understand the perfect law of attraction is it's a governing law of, but it's not just one singular law. See, the law of attraction governs the law of the mind. And the law of the mind is either freed or it is trapped. Most people live life either with a closed mindset or an open mindset. And here's the key to this what I'm going to share with you right now. If you want to create any real change in your life, if you want to create any type of, see, you can't create freedom like, on the outside world. The kind of freedom I'm talking about is internal freedom, baby. Yeah, buddy. And so we live in a world of polarity, okay? And that world of polarity carries, that means you have a left side and that means you have a right side. As soon as you look right, left is there. As soon as you look forward, backward appears. As soon as you look up, downward appears. That is a polarity. And in the world that we live in of polarity, each side of the polarity has its own unique versions of reality. You see what I'm saying here? And those versions of reality carry thoughts and ideas and words and beliefs and attitudes and all that stuff, right? So you got a polarity of positivity and a polarity of negativity. You got a polarity of an open mindset, or you got a polarity of a closed mindset. You see what I'm saying here, dude? Yeah, buddy, baby. And so when we're talking about how to craft energy, we're really talking about your internal energy field that you work with every day. And you probably don't even know it. You have this electrical energy field that you work with every day. It's called your central nervous system. And that central nervous system is electrified with information. You probably don't even know that. Yeah, buddy. You probably don't even know that. And so you pick up, and here's the thing, it's intelligent. And so over the course of your life, your brain is picking up, your central nervous system in your body is picking up all the information that you were raised around. All that information is getting crafted, becomes a project that's crafted into the person that you're becoming over the stream of time, dude. And And then you get to a point in life where you're like, dude, what's going on? What am I doing? Why do I keep on hitting roadblocks? Why do I keep on having problems? Why do I keep on having this? Why do I keep on having that? This is how people live. And the reason I know is because I was there before I was here. That's just the way it goes, baby. Most people don't know that. And so when we talk about vibrational frequencies, how to craft your freedom with vibrational frequencies, you have to understand that we live in a world of vibration, a world of energy, okay? And that world of energy is extremely powerful when you learn to tap into it, if you understand what I'm talking about. For example, let me share with you an example. So like, right now you're perceiving me in this video, right? I talk about this all the time, dude. You're perceiving me in this video. The information that I'm sharing with you is getting streamed into you, and that information carries a whole bunch of data, a whole bunch of knowledge, a whole bunch of words and thoughts and beliefs and ideas. And guess what? All that stuff's called information. And guess what? All that information locked together creates a formula of knowledge. And all that formula of knowledge carries an invisible energy, a vibration, a frequency that's attached to it. That should freaking rock your world, dude. Because guess what? Us as people, we live our life. We live our life using the instrument of our words, the instrument of our thoughts, the instrument of our communication, the instrument of our beliefs, our attitude, our emotions, our behaviors, our habits, our idiosyncrasies, our personality, our attitude. All this stuff creates the overall vibrational frequency that we as individuals carry from day to day. Okay, and that vibrational frequency is either going to be vibrating high, where you got a high energetic frequency, or it's going to be vibrating low, where you have a low vibrational frequency. Now mind you, I'm not saying one is good and one is bad, but one is going to benefit you more than the other. That's what I am saying. Yeah, buddy. So what do I mean one's going to benefit you more? You understand that we live in a quantum field of energy, right? We live in this world. When you look out at the world, what you're actually seeing, you see the physical material world, but we live in a reality of time, of space, and it's a continuous timeline. It's a continuum of energy, okay? And us as humans, we use thoughts, we use our words, we use our communication, how we communicate with ourselves first and foremost, to tell ourselves a story about who we believe we are. And then what we can do with that information. That should freaking rock your world, dude. Most people, if they heard just that little bit of information that I just said right there, it freaking unlock them. It unlock that level of understanding and awareness in their own mind. Yeah, buddy, dude. This is the way it goes, my friends. Most people, they don't know that. And the reason this is powerful is because if you want to create change, if you want to learn how to work with these vibrational frequencies, if you want to learn how to create real change in your life, you have to be willing to change the vibration of the energy, of the frequency, of the whatever that is that you don't like in your life. Yeah, buddy. You have to be willing to change those frequencies. And a lot of people, they don't even know. By default, they get stuck in these frequencies. See, we're all stuck in our own version of energetic frequencies, vibrational frequencies. Okay? And those vibrations, just like when you turn on the dial on a car stereo, old school, whatever, or you hit the button nowadays, and it just changes the station, what it's doing is it's literally tuning into the vibration of that channel of information. And when it tunes into the channel of that information, you, as the receiver, tap into the, broadcast of that information so that you can receive it, right? You are a receiver, you tap into the transmitter. Oh, dang, dude. That was freaking amazing, baby. Most people don't know that. And so, What I'm sharing with you is absolutely the truth. Because see, we live in a world where if you don't build a foundation on truth, and this is what leads to personal freedom. See, when you craft your freedom with the truth that I'm going to share with you, you're emotionally set free from fear, from enslavement to fear, from enslavement to self-doubt, from enslavement to worry, from enslavement to all kinds of negativity that you may not want to experience. You see what I'm saying here, dude? But a lot of people, what they do is they're so critical on themselves. They've learned to become so judgmental of themselves that they make a mistake, or because check it out, dude. You ain't perfect. I ain't perfect. Ain't no one perfect. That's just the human condition, baby. Okay? And people get trapped in these worlds, these egoic worlds, where they are literally condemning themselves and judging themselves and making themselves feel like they are inferior to everyone around them. They're not good enough. They have low self-esteem. And check it out, baby. I ain't saying that to like, well, that's just too bad for you. I'm just sharing this with you as an awareness. Okay? And so once you become aware, then you can learn to work on that. Because to believe it or not, I was in the same situation where, dude, I went into the freaking boogeyman depression, dude. Boogeyman stuff, baby. Ain't no one want to be there. When you see, the depression that I went into was a depression where your mind attacks. You feel like your mind is attacking you. And you actually don't feel like it's your mind. You feel like it's outside forces that are attacking you. You see what I'm saying here? Vibrational frequencies is what they are. And all vibrational frequencies carry intelligent communication, intelligent information through the time-space continuum of the quantum field. And the quantum field is the invisible field of potential. It's quantified. That means, see, quantum physics is so freaking powerful. It's freaking awesome. I love it, dude. Because the second you observe whatever it is you observe, you're collapsing the fact that you experienced that reality. And in quantum physics states that you cannot have any reality without a conscious person's mind, a conscious mind entering into that reality. The only way you're able to perceive this information is because you allowed your conscious mind to enter into this reality that I'm sharing with you right now. That should freaking blow your mind. Because check it out, baby. You could take this knowledge that I'm sharing with you. You could take this freaking wisdom. You could take this energy transmission of confidence, of motivation, of enthusiasm, of positivity, of courage, of love, of gratitude, of peace of mind, of joy. You can take all of this stuff and you can learn to unite these ideas together. And once you unite these ideas together, those ideas, once united, become a crystallized structure, a crafted structure inside of who you are. That should freaking rock your world, dude. Oh, yeah, buddy. That's freaking powerful right there. You take all those elements that I shared with you, and like Transformers, they'll come together, and they'll lock together and create a crystallized, energetic ball frequency of power inside of who you are. And guess what? That sets you emotionally free. And the reason so many people aren't set free is because they've never learned to face who they are in the mirror. Never. And I know because for a long time, I never did. And then when I did, I felt like I got hit by a freaking bulldozer. Boom! All this truth. I got mad, I got angry, and this is what happens. Because see, the human organism, it forms an ego of beliefs, an ego of ideas. And once that ego mind is formulated, once that ego structure is formulated, when any kind of new information comes in, if it's real judgmental and real critical and it's over filters everything, then what will happen is new information can come in that could potentially transform and change your life. And instead of you receiving it, the ego mind will justify it away from itself. Justify it out, justify it out, justify it out. Because that's the ego. And so your ego, yes, it wants to keep you safe, but it'll also keep you a prisoner to your own emotions of guilt, of worry, of fear, of shame, of you ain't good enough, of living in the past. This is what people do, dude. It's easier said than done, but guess what, baby? No one said it was going to be easy. See, 5 minutes ago, I can't get 5 minutes ago back. It's already in the past. It's already passed by. 10 minutes ago, an hour ago, yesterday, a month ago, a year ago. And some people live their whole life trapped within the framework, within the emotional torture chamber of the vibrational frequencies of past regret, past mistakes, past whatever. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, never did. Now they resent life. This is how people live, dude. And so you got to get honest with yourself, baby. You got to decide what you want to create in your life. You want to learn how to rock your happiness. You want to learn to release your emotions. See, when you have an emotional release, you are literally free from the controls of those energies. Because those energies build up inside. This is why people go to the gym. This is why people exercise. This is why people eat healthy foods. This is why people do everything they do. This is also why people get addicted. Because they get addicted to nicotine, they get addicted to drugs, they get addicted to alcohol, they get addicted to all kinds of stuff, right? Because they're looking for that emotional getaway. They're looking for that emotional, whatever that is. Some of those substances, they numb us, right? So that we can cope. Some of us need anxiety medication, some of us need depression medication. Is it good for you? Probably not. But it helps, right? It's part of the process, right? Yeah, buddy. It's the way it goes, my friends. And so, if you want to learn how to craft your freedom, if you want to learn how to work with vibrational frequencies so that you can rock your world, dude, you can liberate your soul, you can break free from the shackles and the chains of negativity that will imprison you if you don't get out of your comfort zone, then you have to be willing to challenge yourself. You have to be willing to face new information. You have to be willing to work with that information. See, the most powerful thing that I've ever learned in my life that you can do to literally influence who you are and create a different reality is not only think the thought, but you have to speak the thought, and then you have to write the information down. When you think it, when you speak it, and when you write it down, you create alignment. And when you create alignment, you literally, boom, dude, that frequency of energy goes out. And guess what? It swirls back in, whoosh, through the toroidal field, and it influences who you are as a person. So it's this perpetual influence of energy that you can't see that's influencing you all the time. And it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, dude. Yeah, buddy. Freaking powerful stuff, dude, if you understand this. Shoot. Because see, if you're going to craft something, that means you're going to work with it, right? You're going to take the time to work with a structured, way of thinking. See, that's why I love doing YouTube videos. Because this is a structured way for me to communicate and to share what I've learned about knowledge and wisdom and insight and truth. Truth sets you free. And the reason truth sets you free is because it literally takes the golden key, sticks it into your heart, unlocks it, and it liberates you from ignorance. It liberates you from your own lack of understanding. It liberates you from your own lack of awareness. And because it opens your heart up and it unlocks you from those things, you suddenly can understand how reality works, but who you are as a person and what you can do, dude. Yeah, buddy, baby. Freaking amazing, dude. Because, you could break free from the shackles of fear and worry and pain and suffering and all these things. Now, mind you, yes, I understand some people can't do that, you know, but I'm just saying, you know, you can break free from certain things. See, it's very powerful when you understand these concepts. And so when I get up here and do this, I'm literally demonstrating with complete strength of power of mind and heart and soul what you can do, because I've broken through the barriers. I've broken through the barriers. I've developed a certain type of armor, a type of hardness that will freaking rock your world. See, some people, they're either too soft or too hard. And you know what I've learned? If you're too hard, guess what? You'll just snap right in half. You have to have flexibility in your power. You have to have flexibility in your hardness. So that way you can bend and come back, right? Yeah, buddy. That's it. That's real strength right there. And so you got to analyze who you want to be. You got to analyze what kind of vibrational energy you want to work with so that you can, you know, create real change in who you believe you are, dude. If you can imagine it like this, it'll sound creepy or sound weird, but if you can imagine an invisible hand coming down, reaching into you, grabbing your old personality, your old thoughts, your old words, your old beliefs, your old attitudes, all these things that you've accumulated, and picking it out of you and dropping it over here, and then taking this brand new glowing frequency, vibrational frequency, and putting it inside of you and saying, okay, there you go. Whoosh. Next thing you know, you're a completely different person. Yeah, buddy. And it comes through the information that we decide to agree with. Because what we align ourselves with, what we agree with, what we think about, what we talk about, what we act upon, what we write upon, all of this stuff comes back to us and we internalize it. And then once we internalize it, we create that experience of reality, dude. Yeah, buddy. And so you got to decide what you want to do, baby. What kind of reality do you want to create? You want to learn how to set yourself free? You got to speak truth to power. You got to not allow fear from the outside to control who you are. Because see, when you walk in freedom, when you walk in truth, you live in freedom. When you live in truth, you walk in freedom. Most people don't know that. You walk in freedom. Something can happen, but if you have complete conviction in the truth and understanding and insight and awareness, then you are emotionally set free from all the ignorance that this world that around us. Because you have to understand something. This isn't to, like, you know, call you out and say you're this or say you're that. Ignorance is a real thing. And ignorance, I'm still ignorant, and I know a lot, and I'm still ignorant. But see, here's the power of what I'm going to share with you. Ignorance just means that you don't know something. And so, I would rather be well informed and know something and have the KNOW, the knowledge, right? Than to not know something. Because see, if you have the certain knowledge, then you're going to be ahead of the game. But if you're living in ignorance, you're going to be behind. You're going to be left in the dust, dude. You're going to be, you know, and people who live in that type of area, in that type of, you know, in the past, they don't know what's going on. So what happens is they start to lose control of what they're thinking about. This is why it's powerful. Because we're working with vibrational energies here, dude. We're working with vibrational frequencies of reality, of attraction, of mindset, of personality, of attitude, dude. Yeah, buddy, baby. But that's it, champions. That's all I got for you guys today. I just want to share with you what I've learned about how to craft your freedom using vibrational frequencies. Recognize this is a frequency of information. This is a transmission of communication. This is a transmission of technology. This is a transmission of understanding. And this transmission that I'm sharing with you is delivering to you an energetic pulsating frequency of energy that's going into you, and you will ponder and sit and think about what I just shared with you after this video ends. And if it's important to you, you will see the power of the influence that I just shared with you. The power to create change in your life. Yeah, buddy. But if you have too big of an ego and you minimize it and say it's not important, then it won't be important to you. It'll be minimized. It'll be rejected. But here's the thing. You'll be rejecting information that's freaking gold, dude. Because that's what I do on this channel, baby. I'm freaking dropping diamonds and jewels on this channel everywhere. They're just raining. Yeah, buddy, baby. But that's it, champions. That's all I got for you guys today. Check it out, my friends. If you guys are new here to the YouTube channel, if you guys like this kind of wisdom, if you like these kind of insights, if you like this kind of knowledge, consider subscribing, dude. Consider smashing that thumbs up button, baby, and hitting the little bell notification if you want to receive updates when I rock these videos, dude. Yeah, buddy. But I do thank you guys, and I do look forward to talking to you champions again next time, baby. Peace. Yeah, buddy. You want to get yourself some peace? You want to get yourself some freedom? You want to get yourself some mindset? You got to pay attention to the vibrational frequency of the information that's controlling you, dude. And once you do that, guess what, buddy? Guess what, baby? You will be set free from ignorance. And when you're set free from ignorance, your reality becomes liberated, dude. Yeah, buddy. Done.